I always tell my students that it is not enough that you read the works that are prescribed. You must also read about the authors of the works. You must try to know the authors personally, and your involvement with the discipline should be intensely personal. That is how it is with me. Take, for example, Derrida. If Derrida were to walk into the classroom, you should be able to identify him at your first glimpse. It is in that spirit that I shall speak to you on Derrida, very briefly on Derrida today, on Derrida the man. Jacques Derrida was born in Algiers in Algeria, which was then a French colony, in 1930 into a Hispanic Jewish family. Right at the point of his birth, Derrida was the ultimate outsider. He was born as a Jew. And you must remember that the Western world has a long and shockingly cruel tradition, unspeakably cruel tradition of victimizing Jews. In fact, Derrida was turned out of school at one point for about 1 year because he was a Jew. He was born in Algeria, but he could not see himself as an Algerian because most Algerians were Arabs. He was a French citizen, but he was not living in France. He was living in Algeria. And Algeria was a French colony which would later throw off the French colonial yoke. He became an extraordinarily brilliant student in the latter part of his student life. And in that manner as well, he became an outsider. Because the typical student is a mediocre student. And a student who is extraordinarily brilliant is always an outsider. Derrida had his education in Algeria to begin with. But later he moved to France, to Paris, or as the French put it, Paris, where he took his master's degree in philosophy from the prestigious ENS. He spent 1 year at the University of Harvard on a scholarship, reading the Ulysses of James Joyce. While in America, he married the psychoanalyst Margaret. I think the better pronunciation would be Marguerite, and her full name was Marguerite Couture. Derrida married the psychoanalyst Marguerite Couture in Boston in June 1957. He started his teaching career at the Sorbonne and later got a permanent teaching position at the ENS. Derrida wrote some 40 books and hundreds of essays and made hundreds of public presentations. He collected doctoral degrees from numerous universities, including the University of Columbia, the University of Cambridge, the University of Essex, and the University of Athens. He breathed his last in Paris in 2004 at the age of 74. Derrida was an exceedingly handsome man. He had movie star looks. He was a snappy dresser with a spectacular wardrobe of coats and jackets. He was particularly fond of the Nehru coat. He was a smoker, but he preferred pipes to cigarettes and cigars. He was a passionate collector of books, and when he passed away, his personal library consisted of 18,300 volumes, which were later acquired by Firestone Library, the library of the University of Princeton. Derrida was no misogynist. In fact, he seems to have had a weakness for female admirers. Of his three known sons, only two have his wife as their mother. At the funeral of Derrida, his first son Pierre read at the graveside the words that Derrida had prepared for the reading. I smile at you, I bless you, I love you wherever I am. May I read the beautiful words once again? I smile at you, I bless you, I love you wherever I am.